I think I'm live. I'm not sure. There's Paige Harding. Hopefully I can be heard here. Hopefully I get some feedback. True North Angler and Geo Bushcraft. Hello everyone. I need to turn on a fan. Oh, there's Geo Bushcraft. Cool. How's the video and audio? Is it coming through pretty good? There's Tommy Atkins. Hello from Western Kentucky. Loud and clear. Cool. Awesome. I'm going to wait till see how many people get logged in here. This is only about my third live stream ever, I think. I did one on the computer, then I did, I think, one on a phone one time. Loud and clear. Cool. Hey, Tommy, how's it going? No lagging, sounds clear. Cool. Yeah, just, I don't know, just come into Yak and see what's going on. Streeter Boys Outdoors. Looks good and sounds good. Cool. Uh, the heat has finally let up here a little bit. I think it was only about 80 degrees here today, so that was pretty nice. Hey, there's Coffee. What's going on, brother? Oh, thanks for sharing it out. There's Tom. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Tom Keltish. And Everything Outdoors. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And Jim Flannery, South Texas. Coffee Outdoors. My arm's itchy. I got bit by a tick the other day. I get bit by ticks all the time here. Let's see, we got 12 people in here already. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the weather's cooled off a little bit. It was about 80 degrees today compared to 95. Pretty much I've been just messing around, cutting trees down on my new property, making cable restraints, trying to get an order ready to put into Minnesota trap line. Let's see, this, I don't know how long this live feed. Where am I from, Livermore? In the center of Pennsylvania, pretty much dead center of the state. Yeah, pronounce the name right. All right, Tom. Just curious what everybody's been up to. Coffee, what you've been up to, man? Have you put any those mineral licks out lately? Geo Bushcraft. Oh, northwestern PA here. I'm assuming like towards Erie area then. Yeah, the heat was, it's nice at summertime, and we finally got a little bit of rain here. I'm not complaining about the rain, but my kid and I, we were out for a walk, and we got drenched, completely soaked. But it is what it is. Tommy Atkins, working 84 hours a week. So the economy's not doing too bad, is it, Tommy? What do you do for a living, Tommy? 84 hours a week. Good night. Hello from Northern Michigan. Travis D. What's your target critter this year? Oh, my target critter. Always coyotes. And coyotes, gray fox, and skunk. I've said it before, but I'm not gonna keep any red fox this year unless somebody actually wants one tanned or something, or wants one for a wall hanger or something. My red fox got beat up at auction really bad. It was sad. I feel bad for just even harvesting them really for that amount of money. I mean, my skunks the last 4 skunks that I turned in, I averaged about $10 a piece on them. There's coffee. Oh, working on your predator traps. Yeah, I got to get an order into Minnesota. I want to make some baits pretty soon. I need to get some sodium benzoate, some preservative stuff. I'm almost out of that, and I'm going to get some Dobbins bait solution. Going to be making some of that up as well. Coffee. Love trapping coyotes. Oh yeah, I love trapping coyotes, and they're fun to catch. They're bare to skin, and they don't smell too good either. So, but let's see. We let all 3 red foxes I caught go. Yeah, I mean I think I caught 11 reds last year. And I sold one to a guy from like southeastern PA, and he bought one from me and bought a couple gray fox from me as well. But yeah, more money for a skunk than a red fox. Yep, I think my reds average right around $5. That's not good. That's sad. That's a sad day. I mean, some guys say, oh, they sell them to like, what do you call it? Taxidermy markets and stuff like that, but I've yet to find one somewhere to sell them to like that. And then, but there's guys that literally catch hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reds a year. The one guy, I can't remember his name. It'll probably drift off outside of my head here. He normally catches close to 1,000 a year, 1,000 red fox. So if there is a market where they can be sold for $50 a piece, those guys are going to flood that market. Let's see, who else is on here? Some of you guys, if I've never seen you before or anything, or talked to you, I apologize if I don't know who you are. Like some of the guys I know a lot are Coffee. I've seen him, and I've who else on here? Geo Bushcrafts, Streeter Boys. Streeter Boys staying ahead on the schedule of trapping gear. Yeah, it's easy to fall behind on that stuff, and this is a hard time of year to really focus on trapping stuff when it's 95 degrees out. But I got a bunch of dirt dried out, and I'm ready to get that wax. I need to get some flake wax or bead wax, whatever you want to call it. Hey, there's Trapper for 100 years. Geo Bushcraft. I haven't trapped in years. I didn't trap. I started trapping about 5, maybe 6 years ago, and just getting back into it. I did it when I was in high school, and I didn't realize when I was in high school that was the fur boom. I'm going to age myself there. That was during the fur boom. So right now, I just got back into it about 5 years ago. My brother gave me about a half a dozen traps, and I started and caught a few things, and I was hooked bad. This is my crack. There's Paige Harding. Hi, man. Just got in here. Sorry about being late. No big deal. Hunting Fish Daily. Better scent for your better scent for your tag. I sent for my tag. Anyone heading out to Iowa, Dunlap and Locklear School this September? I'm not going to be there. I know that. I'm landlocked to within a couple miles of my house. I don't go more than 2 or 3 miles from my house, no matter what I do. I think 3 miles is probably my max. I do go hunting at about 5 miles, but that's about it. With my trapping, I don't go very far. If you watch my channel a lot, my wife's in a wheelchair, and I just can't go far from home. That just is what it is, and I'm not whining or complaining. I just do what I can do, and I love doing it. Geo Bush. Oh yeah, that's when you were trapping too, Geo Bushcraft. Yeah, that was. if we could see those prices again, I was talking to an old guy, and we went and dropped furs off together one time, and he averaged, I think he averaged like $78 on his reds, and this guy could catch some fox. He was good. He still is a good trapper. He's still cruising around. Coffee got hooked on trapping in the 7th grade. Graduated high school in 1986. Dang, Coffee, I'm older than you, brother. I'm not going to say when I graduated, though. But I'm a little bit older than you. Travis D put up good numbers in a small area. Definitely tough to do. I mean, yeah, but there's still more. There's still a lot of more critters running around out there. I don't catch them all, but I catch a few. Hey, there's Judith Davis. How's it going? Charlie B. Hello. We got 18 people in here watching. That's pretty cool. There's my wife peeking in on me. I'm going to go turn a fan on. I'm back. I'd be outside, but our Wi-Fi would never reach that far. There's Paige back. Oh, she went to do some chores, I guess. Trappers for 100 years. $95 red back in 1978. I believe it. Now you're lucky to see $9 for a red fox. Sad, sad. Oh, there's a couple things I'd like to definitely want to talk about. And there's one thing on my mind. If you're not a member, I mean, if you're a trapper, if you're just here hanging out, fine. But if you're a trapper, and if you're not a member of your state's Trappers Association, you should join. And even try to join. I mean, it costs a few bucks a year. But trapping is under attack from all directions. It's unbelievable how many people attack trapping. I mean, if you live in California, you can't even own a piece of fur anymore, I don't think. You can't sell it and buy it. You can't trap there anymore. So, trapping is a small community, and if you want to keep this going on, I think we need to band together for real and at least try to join your state Trappers Association. If not that, try to join the state, and if you can, join the NTA, National Trappers Association. I'm a lifetime member of the Pennsylvania Trappers Association. If I trapped in some other state, if I lived near Ohio and I trapped in Ohio, I'd join that state association as well. And if you put up videos on here and like Coffee and some of these guys, I mean, there's a bunch of comments coming up here. If I don't say your name or something, I'm just rambling on right here. I apologize if you ask a question or something. But you put up videos, trapping videos on YouTube, and you'll get attacked by everybody. It's ridiculous. And not just the antis. If you put up a video, I've been attacked by fishermen. I've been attacked by hunters. I even got my last attack from outdoorsman came from a guy. He was actually a snareman too. And he called me a no good SOB because I use foothold traps. Well, he called them leg holds. I say they're foothold, but I'm going to ramble on here for a while. I've learned you can't argue or talk sense with the antis, because when you're looking at that type of logic, those type of people, that's the same type of people, they would probably champion a woman's right to have a baby yanked out of her in murder, have the brain sucked out. I don't know how they do an abortion. They would probably champion that woman's right to have that done. But they would call me a monster because I hold a coyote in a trap for a couple of hours. That frustrates me. But you cannot talk to those people with logic and with common sense. The one that I have a problem with, and I've even looked at myself with this, is when sportsmen hack on each other, bash on each other. Like when I get bashed on by fishermen, I was backed on by, hey, there's Jesse. Hey, Jim. Hey, what's going on, Jesse? Oh, there's Eli Sonderman. What's up, brother? But I got attacked by a fisherman. He called me lazy, and he called me cruel, and all this stuff. So I clicked on his channel, and this guy was about a Big Mac away from tilting the earth off his axis. I mean, if he'd eat another Big Mac. But anyways, he was on his boat sitting there catching fish. But he's calling me lazy because I'm a trapper. I'm going to ramble on here. I'm getting frustrated. And then I was attacked by hunters. They call me cruel and all this stuff. But I've also looked at myself, and I've thought about some things, that my opinions I've had of other people, what they do in the outdoors and stuff. You know what? If it's legal in your state, and if baiting is legal, go ahead and bait the deer. And whatever. If dogs are legal, if whatever's legal, you do it and you support each other. This hacking on each other and bashing each other because of this, that, and the other, I'm done with that stuff, and that frustrates me. The antis, I just blow them off anymore. They're geo bushcraft. I don't sweat the small stuff. Don't feed the trolls. Yeah, I guess I'm feeding the trolls right now. Preach it, you speak the truth. Yeah, but try to support each other. I mean, even if you don't agree with something, like I don't know, like baiting. We're not allowed to bait here. Some people call putting in a food plot baiting. Food plots are a lot of bloody work, I'll tell you that. And I've learned. I mean, my brother does a ton of work with food plots and stuff, but it just frustrates me. Sportsmen we're the one type of people we'll separate each other. Like I think it was Julius Caesar said, divide and conquer. I mean, we'll divide ourselves, and then the antis can come in and just conquer us. So, I'm getting frustrated. Judith Davis, that fisherman never tried to raise chickens. Yeah, I tried raising chickens. I didn't do so well with raising chickens. I'm doing better with the bees. Hey, Jakey Crack's on here somewhere. I missed where he logged in here. Oh, there he is. What's up, everyone? What's up, Jakey Crack? Jim Flannery, roll with the punches. Yeah. All right, I'm done with my rant on the antis and everything and all the negative comments. I get negative comments on everything. Whether I sniffle when it's 20 below zero or whatever. A lot of people don't even like my Bible verses, but you don't like it, I'm sorry. Don't watch it. Out and About Outdoors with Ron and Friends. How's it going? Didn't know you were doing a live stream. I think I did a whatever. I don't know how you even do. This is only my third live stream, I think. And I tried to do it so it was like a scheduled live stream. Hey, Tom, yeah. Check out your bee videos. I got a few on there. I mean, I'm not an expert beekeeper. They can be as frustrating as trying to catch coyotes sometimes, though. Charlie B. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, some people. Yeah, trapping is hated, though. I don't want to get back on that rant again. I'll start getting frustrated and mad. What's your go-to bait and lure combo? Oh, man. My go-to bait. As far as commercial bait, I like Predator Bait Plus. And as far as like some of the homemade stuff, I think it was Judith Davis just that gave me this idea with mixing mouse oil. You can get mouse oil. I think it's called liquid mouse or something. You can mix that, grind that up with whatever. I mean, muskrats. I actually have a few muskrats to grind up this year. I think it was Judith Davis telling me to grind it up with muskrats and stuff. And I'm also so I use Predator Bait Plus. I'm going to make some more of that liquid mouse. That did really well. And the third bait that I'm going to be doing this year is the Dobbins bait solution. For about $25, you can make a gallon of bait. And that stuff worked pretty well. I used that for a couple years, and I just ran out last year. My go-to lures are like Red Fox Gland and Curiosity lures. Red Fox Gland, Coyote Gland. I just put a video out of a bunch of gland lures I bought. And I like all three of the gland lures. Red Fox, Coyote, and Bobcat Gland. Then Curiosity lures. I like Violator 7 by Cavens. I like that a lot. There's Judith Davis. Rabbit meat and mouse oil was killer. That's it. I got a couple rabbits to use up, and I got a guy gave me some muskrat carcasses as well, and some beaver carcasses to grind up. I'll do a couple videos of making that bait. Ron Whitney, like the bees and trapping. Yeah. Beekeeping is fun. It can be frustrating. Like last year I went into the winter with 7 hives and I came out with like 1 strong hive. So, but I've split them up and I caught a swarm. I was able to give a swarm away to my sister-in-law, and I got like 4 hives going right now. I won't get near the honey I did last year. Last year I got, I think, about 40 gallons of honey. There's Asher Brothers Outdoors. Coffee. I like Top Dog and SK Mice Predator bait. I like the Top Dog. My Top Dog froze last year. When it got really cold, my Top Dog, that Top Dog bait froze on me. I'm not saying it's not good bait, but it just froze solid on me. Judith Davis, beaver is good for cats. Yeah. I used the beaver meat. Yeah, I used the beaver meat the first time I made the Dobbins bait solution. Now I have a hand grinder. I'm going to grind that up. Out and about with Ron and Fred. Oh, all my bees leave me? No, a lot of them died during the winter. Like, certain things happen. If they get mites or if they get moisture in them, and sometimes they'll starve to death, but none of my bees starved to death. They all had plenty of honey. They just died out. It's hard to explain. Streeter Boys, I've gotten a few nasty comments. We'll never reach all the antis out there, that's for sure. Yeah. Judith Davis, going to try Hellfire and Soul Taker. Oh yeah, I got some Hellfire on my list. I got my order ready to go. I haven't submitted it yet, but I'm going to get some Hellfire. I've had several people tell me that to get some Hellfire. And there was another one I like. Oh, War Paint. I just like the name of that. That's by Dunlap Lords as well. Jim Flannery, gotta go. Hey, take it easy, Jim Flannery. Asher Brothers, what's my favorite trap for fox and yotes? The favorite traps I own, I mean, are probably MB550s and the number 2 Bridger Dogless. They're the 2 that I use the most when I'm trapping for fox and coyotes. If I was just straight coyotes, I would just be using I would probably move up to a number 3. But number 3s are pushing it for Pennsylvania for our size limit. But for fox and coyotes together, it's hard to beat the MB550s, and I know that the Duke 550s are pretty similar. They can be pretty gentle on a fox as well. There's Eli Sarna and Lennon, good cat lore. Everything outdoors. Around here, yeah, the bees have mites. That's what kills off a lot of them. There's Coffee Outdoors, Jake Dunlap. I'm trying to read all these comments coming in. Oh, my bee operation is killer. I hope they're not killer bees. My bees have been pretty calm this year. I don't react too well to bee stings either. If anyone tells you, yeah, the more you get stung by bees, you start to build up a tolerance, that's a bunch of horse malarkey. It seems like the more I get stung, the more I swell up. Like even I keep itching my arm from a tick. Tick bites even bother me. Charlie B, lure for cats. I've caught most of my cats. It seems like I catch most of them in just straight predator sets. A lot of the sets that I set for cats that I think I'm going to catch a cat in, I usually end up catching a fisher or a fox in. I mean, I have caught cats in one like that. I'm trying to think what I caught most of my cats in. I'm not even sure. This is where I should keep a logbook. I know I've caught several cats on the Dobbins bait solution. So I can't really nail that one down. I wish I could. Looks like a lot of yotes in your line in your area. I caught a few coyotes. I mean, I think last year I caught 8. I think at least one of them was completely manged out. It was really rough. And I caught one that was, I probably shouldn't have skinned it, but once I skinned it and stretched it, I sent it into market. I'll be lucky to get $1 for that thing. I'm not sure. Can anyone see this message? Paige Harding. Yeah, I can see your message, Paige. Not sure if they're getting through. Yeah, I can see them. I'm trying to read them all. I'm not complaining about all the messages coming through. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, there's 20 people on here watching right now. Ashton Brothers, we make logbooks. I need to start. I start every year with a logbook. There's Judith Davis. Use Castor. Yeah, Castor I've read is good for cats. Logbooks is something I got to really start working on. I always start the year with one, and then within a week or two, it's in the back of my truck, getting soaking wet or something. Travis Smith has a 100 dozen Canine Extreme Juniors for sale, $225 a dozen for the Canine Extremes. I've never seen one of those, and I've never had never had them. Never handled one. I don't know what they're like at all. I've read good things about them. I mean, you can spend, as far as what to buy, I mean, I think like a dozen. You can get a dozen of the modified #2 dogless on M&T rate, M&T, Minnesota Trap Lines. I'm thinking of a local bank around here. You can get a dozen of them right now. They have them substandard ones for like $170 a dozen. I think like the MB550s are about $205 a dozen. I mean, if you got all the money in the world to spend, you can go get a bunch of Sterlings or whatever. I think they're about $40 a piece. That's out of my budget, that's for sure. Paige, also wanted to let you know, not sure if you saw my above messages, but actually Gabriel. Oh, this is Gabriel. Okay. Okay. Gabriel. You're from Canada, correct, if I remember right? Travis D, I picked up a dozen, built like a tank. We'll see how they run. Yeah, trapping stuff is expensive. It's an expensive hobby. Most of my money that I make from selling furs, and I get a couple dollars from YouTube. I make a couple bucks from YouTube. That's what I use to get my trapping supplies with. It sort of pays for itself. I don't really come out ahead or anything like that. Coffee is going to stick with the Duke traps. Yeah, I've never handled one of the Duke 550s. I don't know what they look almost identical to an MB 550. I'm sure they're a good solid trap. I have a few like #2s and 1.5s. Judith Davis, Charlie B Trap Supplier sells it. Is that the cat lure you were talking about? I can't recall. Oh, you were talking to somebody else. I have a question for everybody on here. Has anybody ever bought like boots from a high-end boot dealer, like either like Nick's boots or Frank's boots or White's, like the handmade boots? I'm tired of getting boots like the stock boots that are imported from China. I'm considering getting a decent pair of American-made, handmade boots. And if anybody here has any input on any of those types of companies. I mean, I've done the Danners. I've read about, I'm not talking about Danners or Thorogoods or anything like that. Like, these boots are expensive, but I'm looking at it as an investment type of thing. I'm tired of buying a pair of $200 boots every year or so. I mean, the last pair of Danners I bought, I bought a pair of Danner pronghorns. I mean, they're $220 boots, and they leak like a sieve. My sock was more waterproof than that boot, so the quality of those types of boots are going downhill, I believe. So, if anybody on here has ordered or done a pair of boots like that, I'd like to know. Negative Ghost Rider. Steven Strauss, lacrosse. Think about getting a try this year. I haven't done. Love to catch a bobcat. Yeah. Bobcats are fun to catch, but it sucks when you gotta let them go and they're not in season all the time. We can get a tag to keep one a year here, if you live in the correct part of the state. Judith Davis, Dyer, D-E-Y-E-R. I'm not sure what that means. Paige Hardy, or no, that's Gabriel. Check out Dunaps, D-U-N-A-P-S. There's some killer boots. Dunaps. I'll have to check that out. I'm looking at trying to get a decent pair of boots. Never did, but would love to try some as well. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it seems like every year or so I'm buying a pair of boots and they're just falling apart or they're leaking. Jakey Crack, I love my Thorogoods for working. I was looking at those too. I looked at some Thorogoods. Dunlaps, okay. Or Matterhorn's great waterproof, not so good in the cold. Yeah, I got some cold weather boots already, and a lot of hunting I do. Like if I'm deer hunting and I'm setting traps, I'm usually wearing a pair of like muck boots or something. Anyways, Charlie B, I live in PA too. What part of PA, Charlie? Streeter boards. I'm trying some baits and lures from Keg Creek Baits. I've never tried Keg Creek Baits before. I was going to try some Apple Road. I think that's what it's called. I've read some good things about that. That was a typo. I'm going to have to try to get back to some of these comments here too. Yeah, Travis D. I wear lacrosse insulated. Get a year or two out of them. That's what I'm trying to get out of. Some of these boots, I read about them, and basically, I guess, I mean, from what I understand, the break-in period is a bear in them. But once you get them broken in, they're pretty much, you can wear them for years and get them resold and remade and stuff. And I don't know. It'd be hard to spend a bunch of money on a pair of boots, but it's one of those things you don't know whether it's a good thing to do, whether you try it or you have to try it for yourself, I guess. I've watched a bunch of reviews on YouTube and stuff about them. Most people that have them love them, but I guess you're not going to know if you love them until you try them out yourself. I gotta remember that's Gabriel. Am I on Trapper Man forums? Yeah, Trapper Man. I get on there now. Most of that is I go to the trapping only page usually, and I get on the Trapper Talk and I look at the memes and everything else on there. It's just a bunch of political garbage. It seems like to me sometimes, a bunch of people complaining about politics or whatever. And up in the top it says no politics, but that's what half of it seems to be anymore. What part of PA? From the Meadville area. I'm from right in the center of the state, near Clearfield. Meadville. I don't think that's too far from me. Meadville. Is that near Forest County? This question. Street board. Anyone use horse meat baits? I've read about people using horse meat and using horseshoe grindings and stuff. I've never used it before. Judith Davis, we need to find good waders that last at least 2 seasons. Yeah. I don't do a lot of fishing anymore, so, and I don't do a lot of water trapping either, so I don't use waders a whole lot. Charlie B. Oh, it's in Indiana. Okay. Crawford County. Oh, my kid, she dyed my shirt for me. She tie-dyed my shirt with bleach. Paige and Gabriel. I'm getting the trail camera. Leadville is there. Oh, you're 50 miles south of Erie. Yeah, that's not too far from me. I think Erie's about 2.5 hours from me, straight to Erie. Oh, Meadville. Oh, so you didn't mean Leadville, Crawford County. Okay. Jakey Crack. Love seeing all the PA people in here. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of hunters and a lot of trappers in PA. Gabriel, so no one else from Canada that's in here? Anyone else from Canada? Feels left out. See, I know a couple other guys from Canada I watch quite a bit. I like watching guys from Canada because it's something different. I watch who's on there, like Triple Nickel Trapper and Camo Cowboys. I love Camo Cowboy Outdoors. He's just a good old boy that goes about his business, raising his cattle and stuff, and catching coyotes and some wolves and stuff. And I get to watch different stuff on there. Who else? Oh, Angle Trapping. I haven't seen him on here for a while, so I like Angle Trapping. And you get to see different things that they do up north. So I'll be watching your channel too there, Gabriel, come trapping season. I expect to see some stuff, man. Dan Sackle, hey bud, checking in from northeastern PA, Luzerne County. All right, love your channel. Haven't trapped in 35 years. Getting back in it this year. Any tips on fisher bait? Stinkier the better. Yeah, fishers. I mean, some of the best. And I haven't used Hellfire. A lot of people, I've gotten a lot of comments, people saying about Hellfire being a good call lure. Usually when it's fisher season here, it's cold, and you need something that's going to really call out. So I guess Hellfire, which I haven't used, but I'm going to try it this year, and Gusto is a really good lure. I mean, that's got some real kick to it. But one thing about lures that have skunk in them, when you buy them the first year you have them, skunk essence is really volatile, and it'll dissipate once. Like if I go out and open my Gusto right now that I had from like last year or 2 years ago, there won't be much skunk essence at all left in it. And I'll be able to add some to it, but I'm also going to order some fresh stuff. So I give Gusto a try as far as lure, as far as bait, anything. I got some video footage on one of my last year of a fisher. I had video of it like several nights coming in, and it was chewing up a raccoon carcass. So I just took an old raccoon carcass and tucked it in there into a cubby, and it came back night after night. I actually caught a raccoon or two on it too. So fishers will eat about anything. The hard thing is getting one of them pinned down in our. You get about 10 days to catch one, So pre-baiting, I think, is key for fishers. Get a large bait out. If you can get one working one, they seem to travel a lot. They might be in one area for a day or two and then be gone for 10 days, and then they're out of your area. Geo Bushcraft, yeah, there's a few of us from PA. Am I near DuBois? I'm about 35 minutes from DuBois. That's where I met one buddy. He's on here somewhere. We've been friends since 1990 something. Long time ago. We went to school in DuBois. We both went to Penn State DuBois for a couple years. Pretty nice little town, really. Oh, trap lines and inlines. Yeah, I've given that. I don't know. I haven't watched him for a few here, but I used to just call him the little foul mouth Canadian. He's a good trapper. The guy, you cannot doubt that guy loves the outdoors, and he just got a little bit of a foul mouth on him. That's all. I mean, I don't know if he's calmed down at all or not. So I know his channel is doing pretty good. He catches lots of coyotes, catches wolves. Yeah. Owen Hansen, have you ever used Top Dog Predator bait? Yes, I've used it, and I've caught coyotes. I caught a coyote last year on it, and I caught some other critters on it. I might have caught a couple coyotes on it, and I don't know if I got a bad batch of it or what, but it froze solid on me this last year. Once it got down to about 10 degrees or so, it turned into a block of ice. So I'm not sure if I'll order any more this year or not. Yeah, Gabe, you're trying to avoid the politically correct crap from guys. Yeah, it's hard to do that, especially on here. Yeah, there's Coffee's on here. They use a lot of Top Dog bait, I guess. Him and his son, they use Top Dog bait, and they catch coyotes on it and stuff. I don't know, Coffee, has yours ever froze on you when it gets really cold? Owen Hansen, I'm from Iowa. Had really good luck with it catching coyotes last season. Yeah, I know a lot of guys. I've watched a lot of their videos of the Hoosier Trapper Supply video, and they catch lots of coyotes on it. And I may get another jar of it. I don't know. The one jar I bought, it just froze on me. Oh, there's my buddy hunting fish daily. Yep, fall of 1990, apartment D4. Good night. That was a long time ago, brother. Coffee. I gotta be at the prison early in the morning. Have a great night. All right. Yeah, gotta love working in a prison. Stay safe, Coffee. Coffee said his never froze. I must have just got a bad batch or something. I'm gonna have to give it another shot. Dan Sasko, see a lot of fisher in my area and a lot of trail cam pics. Figured I would give it a try. Yeah, fishers aren't the smartest critters in the world. If you can get one coming to a bait and get it working a set, they can be fairly easy to catch. Same way with cats. Their cats aren't the smartest critters in the world. Now coyotes can be a frustrating son of a gun. Jakey Crack. Late season here, something impossible to keep footholds going. Luckily cables, yeah. It can get tough later in the season trying to keep footholds going. That's where the wax dirt. Wax dirt, it's a bummer to make out in the heat, trying to dry stuff out. Drying out dirt and just the whole process is a pain, but when the weather turns south, it can be a blessing. Yeah, the sinks probably still don't drain correctly. That's funny. There's Rendezvous. Oh, there's Gabriel or Paige. Yeah. Caught your first fox the other day. It was eating your chickens. I don't think we could even try to. We could shoot a fox if it was eating our chickens, I guess. A fox or a coyote. But we couldn't set a trap for one right now. I'm assuming it was a red fox. Was it a red fox you caught, Gabriel? Dan Jones. Always keep a line going. PA. Wax dirt is key. Yeah. With the freeze thaw stuff, man, it's tough. I'm not saying we have the toughest trapping that there is. Hey, see you later, Charlie B. Thanks for stopping in, brother. But it seems like in this, whatever it is, this latitude, it just freezes and thaws and rains and freezes and thaws. It just goes back and forth. If it would just freeze and stay frozen, then things would be, it would be nice. Then you could just chisel in a trap bed and be done with it and keep things running. Yeah, it was a red. Okay, I thought it would be a red. Jakey crack. Yeah, even the wax dirt isn't 100%. I mean, it's good, but I mean, it can get to the point where it just gets wet and just rains and it just things go south sometimes. Yeah, and the cable restraints. Cable restraints are fun. I actually made a few. I made about 15 or 20 cable restraints the other day, mostly coyote cables. Yo, Bushcraft. Great meeting you all. I have to get up at 4 a.m. Have a good one. You too, man. Stay safe, buddy. Jakey crack. Yeah, 2 inches of rain, then 20 degrees. Gotta love it, man. Oh, here has anybody, I gotta show you a cool skull my kid found. I'll be right back. I have returned. Sorry I had to go for a second. I want to show you the skulls. Some of these skulls. My kid and I a couple years ago, or the last year, I don't even remember. We started dipping skulls in spray paint. This is one of my favorites. This is an opossum skull. And if you ever checked out an opossum, if you want to know why they're so hard to kill, if you try to shoot them in the head, there's hardly any brain cavity in here whatsoever. They have like a dinosaur spike, or it's almost like it is like a dinosaur looking ridge coming over here, and there's just a tiny bit of brain matter that's inside of there. But they're tough to kill. But we started dipping skulls in spray paint, and we're gonna do some more of this stuff. But she found this skull along the road, and we're gonna dip this one. My brother said it was a pterodactyl, so that's what I'm going with. She found a pterodactyl skull. So we're gonna put that on maybe the Discovery Channel or something. So we're gonna be dipping some skulls in paint. I've done a video on that, and and if anybody has ever done this, trying to clean skulls, has anybody in here tried to clean skulls before? First off, and if you have done it, have you ever done it with the maceration process, where you basically put it into a bucket of water and you just let it fester. And now I've skinned coyotes, I've skinned deer, I've gutted deer, I've skinned skunks, I've extracted skunk essence, but the maceration, trying to get all the gloop and stuff off it, all the stuff out of here, it works. It's really effective. And I mean, maybe I'll make a video of that, but it literally, it has a smell that's on another level. It's bad, really bad. So we're going to be doing some skull dipping pretty soon, hopefully. I'm going to get back to reading a couple of these comments. I missed a few comments. Gabriel, it's a lot colder here. I'll bet it is. Ever used dry hulls in freezing conditions? I haven't, but my brother has. You're talking about like Andy Stowe's coveralls or whatever they are, cover hulls. It's basically like a little chaff thing, I think. I've never used them. Chris Gentile. Just got my 3 red fox furs, 2 skunk, 1 mink, and 2 coon back from the tannery. Did they do a good job on them? $220. That doesn't sound too bad. I got a few things tanned this year, but my brother, I got his bobcat tan for him. I got a coyote tan for a guy, and then one of my gray fox. Somebody wanted a gray fox, so I got that tan and gave it to a guy. You have a skunk skull. Yeah, I got several skulls that I got cleaning off right now. But man, I'm telling you, I have a video on it. I boiled the skull. Oh, you've done the maceration thing, Tom? The maceration, man, it stinks. It's bad. Mop and glue is good to cover them with. Yeah, we're probably just going to be dipping them all in paint. I don't care really how bright they turn out, bright white, because we're just going to spray paint them and dip them. Chris Gento, oh, you got a tree dog. A tree dog. Going to be squirrel and coon hunting in the future. Judith Davis, boil and pressure wash. I've boiled them before, but the smell is the smell of maceration is just something. I've watched some videos of some guys on YouTube doing it, but it's bad. It's been a while since I did a skull. Boiled it in something, can't remember. It's cool to be able to talk to you. I should do these every week. Maybe if I was more popular, I'd do them every week. I don't think the crowds would probably thin out, I'm sure. Chris Gentile, how's my wife doing? Better? Oh, they did a spectacular job on your first. Cool. Yeah, my wife's she's been doing excellent for a while. My wife she has quite a few health issues. I mean, I did a video. Some people say, what's wrong with your wife? She's pretty much in a wheelchair. She has progressive MS and a host of other crap that goes along with it. But she's a pretty tough old girl. That's pretty much why I trap really close to my house. I don't go far from home, so. But like I said before, I'm not complaining. Just is what it is. Travis D, gotta go. All right, have a good one, Travis. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Judith Davis, check out the channel. White Bone Creations. He has videos on how to do it, I guess. I probably watched it. If it's about the maceration, I watched a bunch of videos on the maceration and stuff, and I know a guy who does it, and he does like museum quality work. His stuff is really super nice. Christian, I've been praying for you and your family. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Yeah, my wife had some really serious issues, and we ran into a doctor who was awesome at this pain clinic and stuff. There's a spectacular doctor we ran into. She's an old Army doctor too, but she was the greatest. Still is. She's a good doctor. I almost have 6,000 subscribers. Yeah. still that surprises me how many subscribers I have. I've told the story about my channel before. I'm not going to go into all that, but this just sort of happened, really. Macerated juice might be good for trailing scents. Whoa. Even if it's good, Rendezvous, I don't want to be toting that stuff around. Oh. Man, it might work, but good night. It's bad. Stephen King couldn't write a book about that stuff. I'm telling you. It's a smell at another level. Time for bed. Yeah, but I don't even know what time it is. I gotta see. Oh man, we've been on here almost an hour already. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun and yakking about trapping, I guess. Been getting trapping supplies from Wyomissing Creek. 5 minutes from my house in Reading, Pennsylvania. I've never heard of it. I went to a place called Coqualamus Creek before and bought some stuff off of, what was his name? Everybody called him Dutch. I think he passed away, though. Very forward and good guy. I think Reading is about 4 hours from me, though. Yeah, Reading that's down in the Fox Belt, right? They call that the red zone down there. That's where everybody catches hundreds of red fox. Hobby Trapper. Love your channel. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Gabriel, can't wait to start trapping. It's going to be awesome. Also can't wait to see your vid. There's West Virginia Woodsman 17. What's going on, buddy? Look him up. I'm impressed. I need a pen to write some of this stuff down. I have trouble finding all these comments. I should have had some. I'm going to have to be more prepared next time. Wyomissing Creek. I'll have to check them out. Can't wait for trapping. It's only 4 months away. Coon Creek Trappers. It's a little closer to you. Dave's a great guy. Coon Creek Trappers. I've never even heard of that. I'm going to have to check some of these guys out. Where is Coon Creek Trappers exactly? Sorry if that's coming through. I've got to chomp on a cough drop. Got nuisance red fox I'm trying to get rid of. Killed 14 of my buddy's chickens. And then it's time for that red fox to go. I made a comment earlier, I'm not keeping red fox because of the price, but if somebody wants one gone because it's killing their chickens, we gotta go. Right off 66. 20 minutes from. Oh, that's not bad at all then. From the 6680 interchange. I'm gonna have to check that out. Check out BC Newfie, great channel. I think I might have watched that one before. There's a ton of channels on here now. I think when I first put a video on here, I just knew that I think I watched every trapping video that was on YouTube when I first started trapping, like whatever 6 years ago. At least I thought I did anyways. I clicked on every coyote trapping video I could find or anything about trapping. And now there's so many trapping channels, which is cool. I love it. I mean, that just shows that we got a little bit of strength out there, so that's cool. Leak weight trap supplies, Harrisburg, PA. Jason, great guy. Tell him Bruce sent you. I gotta write this one down now too. Leak ways trap. I think it seems like the Coon Creek Trap Supply is gonna be the closest one to my house, though. Chris Dental, I subscribed to you about 2 years now. I was a correctional officer at Lancaster County Prison. Oh man, but resigned due to my wife's lupus issues. That's pretty. I mean, I retired as soon as I could from the Department of Corrections. I taught for 17, 18 years for the Department of Corrections. So, I mean, it was a great job. Got no complaints about it. But when I hit my earliest possible retirement date, I rolled. I can do what I want right now. I mean, I don't got a lot of money. I can tell you that, but money's not everything. I can sit here and I can help take care of my wife and hang around the house and do what I need to do and do what I want to do. I'm starting to, I'm going to age myself pretty soon. Let's see, red fox and largest body. People, no problem. Yeah. I've never seen a red fox caught in a body grip trap before, though. The only way we can use a body grip trap on land, it has to be a cubby set. We have to build a cubby, and it has to be, I think it's less than 50 square inches opening, and then the trap has to be like 7 inches back from the opening. There's a lot of regulations with that for us. Do I prefer MB550 double coil or single double? Well, I mean, you mean over the 4 coil? When you buy a stock brand new MB550, they don't need 4 coil. If you buy them brand new, I got a couple that are pretty old, that are weak, that I'll 4 coil up, but the brand new ones are strong and fast. They don't need to be 4 coiled. You can take that as my opinion or what, but they're powerful. Did I get a cat this season? I didn't get a cat. I videoed my brother's cat. Not a single cat for me this year. I caught 2 last year and not 1 this year. Well, I guess this past season. Do I use a GoPro? Yep, that's pretty much all I use. I have a GoPro. There's Gentile. I use Duke number 2s. Yeah, I mean, as far as trap selection goes, I mean, I have a little bit of everything. I got a couple Sleepy Creeks. I got a couple Dukes. But I guess the most that I have are MB550s and number 2 Bridgers. The number 2 Bridgers, they got a really, the dogless ones anyway, they got a really big pan, and they're a pretty beast of a trap right there. Especially if you get them 4 coiled and laminated, they're pretty big. A pretty nice trap. Yeah, but some of the number 2s, they can put a hurting on a poor little gray fox, though. I love catching gray fox. With the 2 that I caught the season before in coyote set. No, 1 was in a coyote set. I caught 1. I caught 2 in the same day. I caught 1 in a coyote set, and then I caught 1 in a set that it it was more made for a fisher. I had it tucked into some pine trees and stuff, but I caught it the same day. I kept the first one I caught, and then when I went and checked the very next set, I caught a second one. It was bigger, but I already had the first one tagged, so I had to release the second one. Yeah, Duke dog proofs. I got a few Duke dog proofs. I got about 10 dog proof traps, I think. A buddy of mine actually gave me about 4 or 5 of them. Just bought a dozen 4 coil number 2s for $100. That's a good deal. There's Gabriel. Can't wait to try my Bridger number 2 dog list. Yeah, they're a good trap. Yeah, I think 160 is about all we can use too on land. Like I said, they got to be in a cubby. Blind setting for mink. Never caught a mink. I got a buddy that says he's going to help me catch a mink this year. Hopefully I can catch one. Jeffrey Wolf, I read you can catch grays and dog proofs. I could see where you could catch one. I've never done it. I've caught cats, not bobcats. I've caught house cats and dog proofs. I've caught skunks in them, caught possums in them. I could see a fox being able to get his little claw around there and catching that. And some of the dog proofs have push style traps. They could probably get their paw down in there. I wouldn't actually set them for a gray though. I read you. Oh, they're getting a chicken in the late evening when they're free. Yeah. Chris Gentile, gotta get up from work. All right, have a good one, man. I'm probably gonna be checking off here myself pretty soon. Why is Flair here? Who's Flair? I don't know who Flair is. I'm not sure. Why is Flair here? Man, we've been on an hour and 10 minutes already. I don't care for DPs because you missed too many fox. Yeah, like I said, I only set DPs for raccoons, and that's about it. That's it. Dan Sacco. Got to work in the AM. All right, man. Have a good one tomorrow, Dan. Scott Keys. Any live feeds planned for the trap line or too hard to do? It's not too hard to do them. I mean, Like I did one last year on the very first coyote I caught. It pretty much, I got to do it through my phone. I mean, I could do some live feed. I'm not sure how interesting it would be. I don't know. How big was my brother's cat? It wasn't real big. If I had to guess, maybe 17 pounds, maybe. But it had pretty nice spots on it for our type of cats around here. I mean, some of the cats we catch around here, they hardly have any spots at all. But that one had quite a few. Let's see. I caught 2 fishers last year. One in my very first coil spring. Set one in a box trap. I caught 2 in the same night. Yeah. Were you allowed to keep the fishers? What are all the medals for in the background? Oh. I used to run a lot. I still run some, but I used to. They're like local 5K and 10K and marathon, running marathons and crap. Back when I was young and stupid. Dan Jones, yeah. Oh, you're only allowed 1 fisher, so you release one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've still yet to catch a fisher that I could keep. I've caught, I don't know. I'd have to sit down and count. I mean, I don't know how many I caught. Probably maybe around 7 or 8 fishers, but I've had to release them all. And I caught one in a coyote cable restraint one time. It was really surprising, and it was really difficult to let go. Got an order from F&T. The shipping was over $100. Whew. I guess maybe from going to Canada. Man, that's a hurt piece. I'm assuming that's 100 Canadian dollars. That would be still be about $80 or $90, I guess. I don't know. Am I anywhere near Elk County? Oh yeah, I'm about I'd say about 50 minutes from St. Mary's. Got lots of family in St. Mary's. Yeah, that's a nice area up around there. That's for sure. Yikes, 140 US dollars. That's crazy. Gotta go to bed. Looks like everybody's heading to bed, hitting the hay. All right, well, I'm gonna shut this down. How's the house coming? Oh, yeah. For Jacob Yoder's tuning in. I've been just doing a ton of tree cutting so far. I got to get some machines in there. I got a guy lined up, hopefully, to come and dig trenches out for my water and electricity. Get that stuff run back there. And the actual building of the house probably won't take place until after this winter is over. Jacob Yoder. Yeah, I'm going to be shutting this down here in a few minutes. And I appreciate everybody showing up. Had a good time. And maybe I'll do this again sometime if anybody wants. I don't know. This is cool. I can sit here and yak for a long time. A little bit more and all in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, it's about an hour and 15 minutes. All right, Gabriel, you have a good night too, buddy. And I think I'm going to shut this down. I hope everybody has a great day tomorrow. And everybody stay safe. And Don't forget to wear your mask and keep social distancing. I'm just kidding about that crap. All right, man. All right. Everyone have a good night, and maybe I'll see you again sometime soon if anybody wants to see some more of these things, I guess.